So what's up guys, today we will try to create this perfume bottle from Davidoff Cool Water. So I thought only way to get better at something if we keep practicing it. So I think it should look something similar to like this when we are finished. So let's begin, shall we? So let's start. First of all, let me move the cursor back to world origin and let me add our default cube. Sorry, default cube I meant. Where is my default cube? So yeah, move it. Yeah, before I forget, let's add our screencast keys GZ1, and in edit mode select this top part. We will, I think we should G, and let's move it somewhere like this. So let's make it somewhere here, and while we are at it, select everything S and scale it something like this on y-axis. So we have something bar or soap type, and select these edges, these corner ones, and we will bevel them. I'm just trying to make sure that these edges or lines are evenly spaced. So yeah, that one is done. Next, we want some space over here so that our logo can come over here, and same way like it is over here. So in face select mode, select these faces, S, X, a little, something like this. It's personal preference. Yeah, I think it looks okay. So now that is done, let's come to the top, select this part, inset it so that we can bevel the bottom part. Select this edge, Control B, bevel with 2 segments. This will give us this nice clean edge, and same for this one. I think let's select this face, make a small inset, something like this, and then E and something like this. Now you must be wondering, how do I know what to do? Because I do have a bottle right in front of me, so I am just copying from there. For the bottom part, let's bevel it, and so while we are at it, in edge select this top edge, and why not bevel it? So we have something, and we won't shade it smooth because then it will look like this and we will lose our those beautiful lines, edges. You can see it over here. We have these prominent edges and we want to keep these, so let's shade it flat again. And yeah, I think dimensions look okay. Let's check our dimensions. Yeah, scale is okay too. So we are good. This is our bottle, and now we need to create the let me show you this part, internal part. So let's do that quickly. In top view, let's add a circle. Let's keep these and turn off proportional editing, and now scale it down, GZ. Okay, scale it down some more, something like this. So in front view, and enable X-ray mode, edit mode, and now let's EZ somewhere here. Select these bottom ones and X-ray. Why is it not on? EZ, sorry, GZ, yeah, and select these top ones, top vertices, E, and S, scale these to inside, and then E and Z, something like, yeah, I think something like this, and then press F2, fill it, I2, inset it once, and then in edge select mode, bevel it. Select this edge, bevel it with, I'm adding 2 segments, so then select this edge and bevel it. And now you know the drill. I want to bevel this too. Should I? And there is no point beveling this part, so this will be smooth. This is the interior part, and we will use, do we need to? Yeah, why not? While we are at it, let's use our sub D modifier. And for the top part, let's come to the front view and let's add bunch of loop cuts here. I think I added, I don't know, let me do this again. So I added, let's make this even 6 loop cuts here at the bottom, and let's add 6 at the top. So we have something like this. What I want to do is create a hole over here, and for that we will use an add-on called Loop Tool. It's very handy. If you do not have it, just go to Preferences. I think in add-ons we need to look for Loop Tools, or either it would be in extensions or add-ons. Just get it and enable it, Loop Tools. So let's come back to our this bottle. In face select mode, select these faces, not these ones, only these 6 faces, and inset these. I to inset like this, and right click, Loop Tools, circle. This will create a circle automatically. We will scale it down and we will rotate it so that these edges are looking good. So let's remove this, and now we have a place for our hole, and let's press E and push it inside. So we have something like this. Yeah. And in edge select mode, I wish to bevel everything again. Sorry. Let's bevel it and select this internal. I know it's kind of hard to select this internal circle, and let's bevel it. So we are okay, or are we okay? So we have something going on over here. If you can see, there is some sort of pinching. Let's try to fix it in. So I think I will merge this one with this one. So select this first and this one last, and then press M2 and merge at last. This one too, and this one merge at last. So if we see in a different matte cap, it will look weird, but I think this should work. So I will let it be. Who cares? We are just doing it for practice. So let's return to our matte cap and let's do this. Let's do this while we're at it. Why not? Right? So we have something like this. So next we need is this cover cap. So for the cap, we will use our circle again, GZ, and in edit mode, scale it something like this, and let's see. Okay, so EZ, and then this for the bottom part. Let me isolate it by pressing /, and for the bottom part, let's do this. E, scale to the inside, and EZ, scale it one more time towards inside, and then E and Z. So we have something like this. And in edge select mode, select this edge, this, and this one, and bevel these, because if we don't, we will face problem when we add our sub D modifier. And let's fill this face by pressing F and I to inset, something like this, and let's bevel this while we're at it. And now add our sub D levels viewport 2 and right click shade smooth. Sorry, So we have our Davidoff that looks weird. We need to stretch it. Let's hide these for the time being. Select this in edit mode. Yes. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I had 2 copies, which is never too good. So select everything. S, and I think it looks okay. G, C, and while we're at it, set origin to geometry so that it's at the center, and let's bring everything back. Where is everything? Oh yeah. Move it up, move it up, something like this, and same way let's move it down. So let's move it down a little too. Yeah, so we have our bottle. Now next thing that we need, there is something, let me show you in this picture. There is something over here, this thing going down, like it's not showing over here, but if you want to, we can create it. If you don't, then we don't need to. So let's roughly create something. Let's hide it, and let's hide this too. From here, let's take this, let's make it E, S, E, and S, E, and extrude it. While we are at it, let's bevel it. Let's select this one, new loop, bevel it too, and let's, while we are at this circle, select this edge and shift S cursor to select it. We will cheat because I do not wish to work hard. Let's take a plane RX90 in edit mode, M, merge at center. So where is it? Where is it? Dang it. Let me do it again. RX90 in vertex select mode, sorry. Merge at center, and there should be one vertex over here. Yes, it is here. So now what we need to do is, okay, E, 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 and something like this. So we just extruded it like 4 times, 2, 3, 4, and all now we need to do is let's convert it to a curve. We will cheat. I find this easier to do. I think this tends to be smooth, shade smooth. Okay, it's not smoothing. So I will add my sub D modifier to it, and it looks, since this won't be that visible, let's make it sub D of 1, and depth would be 0.03, and let's see, scale is okay, this one is not, so Control A, apply scale, and while we are at it, press Alt H. This will bring back everything. So we have everything here. We have a bottle, and we can do this. So yeah, since this won't be visible, but we can make it visible. So first part of our tutorial is done. We have created our bottle very quickly, and next part is detailing it. Let's move this to a collection. Bottle. Right, this is bottle 1. Okay, we will name it Davidoff Perfume bottle, because I already have another bottle, so I thought it would be better. So yeah, so next we need is this text. So I don't know about you, but I will again be a little lazy, and instead of going in some other software trying to create textures, I will just add text over here, and RX90 and GZ GX, and we will write David off. Sorry, just make it like this and move this to a separate text collection. Create, and let's scale it down something like this. Okay, scale it some more. GX and GZ. Yeah. So we have our David off here, and okay, it's not, it's inside the bottle. Inside view G. Why? Tell me why. GY. Oh, sorry, let's extrude it too while we are at it. Let's see how it looks. Oh, it looks 0.01, 0.01. So this will be a very thin text, very thin. You can see that. And next we have this EDT. I think it's EDT, right? Yeah, it's EDT. Yeah, we will use this one EDT because I have this bottle, not these ones where they have gimped out on the text. I think bottle is small, so let's go with EDT. Shift T, GZ, and we will write, it's in caps, EAUDETOIL. No, we will write perfume. Okay, this is this toilet, too late. Oh no. TOILETTE. Sorry. Oh no, what is happening? Why? So let's scale it like this. I think it looks okay, right? So yeah, that is done. And last thing that we need is a cool water logo. For this, I think I will have to change our font. Where is the font? Yeah, this is here font. I'm under over here, and font. Let's look for something italic. So I'll be back when I find something. So I know. So I'm back, and I know it does not look real, but what can we do, huh? So this is it. Cool water. It's supposed to be bigger. Let's make it something like this. So yeah. So we are done, and there is one problem that you will find, because if you move our bottle, text will remain here. So we need to fix it quickly. Select this text, this one, and this bottle last. Control P, parent to object, and now when we move our bottle, this text will also move, which is what we wanted. So yeah, and let's quickly give this textures. Split our window and come here to shading tab. Add I think by default this would be, let's increase roughness. This would be our text, and quickly change to shading tab, and select this, and this, where is it? This one is, I think, not visible. It is visible, it's outside. Okay, this one and this one, and select this David off last. Control L, link materials. So now they all share the same material. Make this select this bottle, new, remove it. We will go with a glass material, and 1.3333, and let's give it blue. Oh yeah, looks okay. Let's see. It doesn't. Why it doesn't look good? Switch to cycles. It should look good. It still doesn't. In GPU, make sure these are less. Denoise it, and let's go with 20 render. Why not? And while we are at it, select this one. This needs to be plastic, black plastic, and shiny. So this is our plastic material. Rename it plastic. This is our class, and let's hide this while we are at it, and give this a silver material. Silver. So this is the hex code for silver. Remove dot. This should look good. And why does it not look good? Because we have this. Let's make it sunlight, and now if we rotate it, it should give us something decent to look at. Maybe we can use HDRI. Oh yeah, oh yeah, now it looks good. Okay, and for this, yeah, now we have silver. This is our silver. This is the hex code COCOCO, and metallic to 1, roughness almost 0. And there are certain scratches here, but I do not care about that. Alt H, bring this back, make it completely black, make it shiny and black. So we have our bottle here. So what I did is I just disabled scene world, and this brought in these automatic blenders default HDRIs to the play, and I changed these by like this. Let's go with studio lighting. It doesn't look good. Let's move to these are default ones, and you should also have these installed by default. So yeah, this is our cool water. So this is the final render that I settled with. And what I did, first of all, I created a cube and removed its front face so that we can see what we are doing. I placed the camera here at the front here, and I changed the setting to 120 and this passport to 1. So yeah, and then next thing that I did was come over here. Yeah, over here I enabled scene world and immediately switched to cycles GPU compute. Next I added 5 lights. I will show you these settings. Lights over here. This is at the back. It has a power of 200. Then these are all area lights, by the way. 4 are area lights and 1 is a sunlight. This one has a power of 500. This one I think 502, and at this top one, this one is 1000, and this was sun with a power of 4, but it is only casting its shadow on this, not on these. I excluded this, what do you call it, this cube from this sunlight like this. If you want to do that, select this cube and then shift select this sunlight, and you will press Ctrl L, link receiver to emitter and exclude. This is how I excluded it. Next, instead of creating water sim, I went for particle system. I think that is easy because I wanted spray and nothing else. So for that, I will show you what I did. Let me go back to frame 1. So basically these are 3 particle systems, 1, 2 and 3. These are basically copies of this. This is the original one, this is second, and this is third one. You can see I have created a separate folder system over here. Particle system. This one is this one is the original, this is second, and this is third. And this sphere, this is over here. I created it separately so that these could be projected from our particles. And I also gave it this glass material with IOR 1.333. And one more thing I forgot to mention, I think last time we also changed this glass materials IOR to 1.333, so I reversed it to 1.5 by just pressing reset to default. That's all. So yeah, so this is our particle system, first particle system. These are all grayed out because I have baked everything. So for first one I used 1000 number of particles, you can see, and these are my settings. They start at frame 1 and end at frame 15. Lifetime would be 250, lifetime is 250. Then I came over here at this option tab and make sure you check your origins too. Mine are facing correctly. This side is Z or Z, so that is what I wanted. So I knew that this is the Z direction. So I gave normal velocity of 10, and then these are 0, and this one is 5 because I wanted these to push forward. Enable rotation, I forgot to enable dynamic rotation. Then this remained blank, this I didn't touch it. These are also default. And over here where this is where it says render, so by default your render would be set to halo. We need to define an object that will be rendered, so I set this to render as an object, and at the bottom I used that sphere that is over here, like this one. This sphere I used, you can see it's here at the bottom. You can see instance object would be sphere. Rest of the settings are default. I just changed this to 0.1 and I changed the scale randomness to 1 also. And over here, these are, I think, important settings that you need to take a look at. I enable children. Yours would be set to none by default. You need to change it to simple. And then display amount was 10, and I think render amount is set to 100 by default, so I also changed that to 10. These are the settings I changed, this and this, change the seed value, and this is the size and randomized. These actually make sure that this one, I think this one makes sure that your particles are not clumping together, right? So yeah, I think I changed this. Default would be 0.2, so I changed it. And rest of the settings, yes, in the field weight setting I changed gravity to 0.5. Rest is default, right? So these were the only important settings. These will determine how your whether your particles look like this or they look like clumped together, weird clumps, like something like this. So I changed that. And one more one of the most important thing that you also need to disable is this show emitter. Make sure it's disabled, like it's not enabled, because otherwise it will be rendered. So we don't want that. This part we do not wish to see, so this needs to be disabled. Same way I copied, let me go back to my frame 1. Same way I copied this to the second emitter, and I also made it a separate particle system. Yours, if you shift T it, you will see it will turn into a 2 user group. So I changed it and changed the number of particles too, and I don't think so. And yes, I changed I just changed the frame start and end point from 1 and 5. And I think, yes, I also changed the velocity, normal velocity to 20, and then these I also changed. On this one I enabled dynamic rotation, and yeah, I think rest of the things, yes, I increased the scale to, I think, to 0.14. I'm not sure. Make sure you disable show emitter, and rest of the settings you can see are the same. Then for the final one, I created one for the front so that we get something like this. And these will stick over here. For these, I again created a separate particle system. Here it would show 3 if all 3 are sharing the same particle system. I changed it to single user, and then I decreased the number to 50. Frame start is the same, 1 to 5, and over here I changed the normal velocity to 5 and tangent to 1. These I think are the same, and then rotation and dynamic rotation are also same. So over here I increased the angular velocity to 2. I don't know why, but I changed it. I just wanted to see what it does. And then over at the physics tab, I decreased the mass. By default, this is set to 1. I set this to 0.3 kg, so they are lighter. These are these particles of ours. And I also increased this drag and damping part. This damping part is the one that will make these particles go slow in the air. So that is what I did. And yeah, rest. Then again I scaled these to 0.1 and again disable the emitter, show emitter. And on this one I disabled children particles, so there won't be any. And finally I also decreased the gravity on this last emitter, 0.309. So yeah, that is it. This is how I got this final scene. And yes, one more thing. Oh, sorry, I think Blender glitched here. Let me switch back. Yeah. So one more thing that I did, I separated all of these cube parts separately, because I also added collision to these, because if you do not add collision, these will just go through it. And I also added, let me go back. I also added collision to this bottle also, so that these particles react with our bottle. And I forgot to add collision over here, so what can we do, right? And I also separated all of these, and before separating I added a collision to this cube. And why I separated these, because these were like my particles were flying everywhere and these were bouncing all over the place, which was not looking cool. So what I did for this one, this single plane, these 3 planes, you can say 1, 2 and 3, I went here to the physics particles, physics properties, and enabled kill particles. This will make sure when our particles collide with these planes, these sides, these 3 planes, they will immediately kill the particles. There won't be no bouncing around. So that is what I did for these, and I think I enabled kill particles for this plane too. So our particles will be killed everywhere except on the floor. Over here, this side, we do not have kill particles enabled. And I also increased damping and stickiness, so that there are some particles left like this. There's some water remaining at the bottom. If you happen to like fully complete the animation, like render it completely, so you will have some particles over or some water at the floor remaining. These are showing in the viewport, but when you will render, it will come off like this. So this is what I got. This is a 4K image. Let me show you my final settings. For rendering it, I set the render engine to cycle, GPU compute, and for render I set my max samples to 100 and the rest is default. And let me come back here, and only thing that I changed was this one, because I wanted a single image. And at 1080p I changed the resolution scale to 200%, making this image 4K in the process. Let me show you. This would be 4K 3840. So yeah, this is a 4K render, you can see, and it looks good. I would say looks decent. So yeah, this is what I did, and this was my final render, you can see. And since once you bake this, you cannot make any changes into this particle system. That is the benefit. Every time I now replay, computer will not recalculate this particle system every time, and this is baked into the hard drive. So Control S, save, and thanks for watching.